It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Green Bay Packers and the Cleveland Browns, and it's coming up next.
It's the city of rock and roll, and this place sure is rocking as they await the start of this one. We're here at Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And off we go from Cleveland. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
After winning the national title at Clemson and early success at Houston, there's no question that Deshaun's career has been slowed by some injuries and other challenges. But when he is on the field, at every level he's ever played, he's just got a calm. And that calm comes with the trusting of talent that he has in himself. He knows how to run, he knows how to throw, and when he's available, he's still a difference maker.
Quick to the air, here's Watson. That's Tillman, he's got it. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Again, it's Chubb. They get 13 on the pickup, and that gives the Browns a first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down, ball at the 36. Out of the gun, here's Watson. Forced out to his right. He takes it himself. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Watson now off play action. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Working from the gun, Watson. Complete beyond the marker. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He'll get this to Tillman. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
From the gun, it's Ford. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Watson has it, 3rd and goal. Look, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And we'll see what they do about 4th and goal in a few minutes. We've reached the end of our first quarter. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. So the Browns are going to kick the field goal on 4th down. Dustin Hopkins on for the attempt. It's a 29-yard look right down the middle for him. Carlson's kick is good. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Jaden Reed to return this. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Now after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. They've got first down from the 31. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. They stick with Jacobs. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Play fake, it's Love. This is on target to Christian Watson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. Cut near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1.
Every offense I've ever seen from Pop Warner to the NFL's got this play in the playbook, but every offense isn't capable of executing it because it takes a quarterback and a receiver on the same page, and that page, it was textbook.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Cleveland. And it's the Packers. In a nice spot, 2nd and inches. Now a toss. This is Jacobs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Packers get some late points and the lead. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. On now is McManus to kick this away. To return, Jerome Ford. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. 2nd drive coming up for this Cleveland offense. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, Watson. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Here's Watson, 1st and 10. That's complete, David Njoku. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Working quickly here. Play action, it's Watson. Flushed out of the pocket. And they take this in for the score. The Browns take the lead just before halftime. Deshaun Watson with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one splits the uprights. And the Browns push their lead to 3. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So it's halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top at the break. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Green Bay offense returning to the field for their second possession. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Love from the gun. Gets this one to Watson. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
2nd and 3 now. Takes the handoff, now Love. That's reeled in by Jaden Reed. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 1st down Packers.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Running on first here with Jacobs. Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Making the tackle, Shelby Harris. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Going run again with Jacobs. Ooh, sharp running here. He's past the 30. And he takes this all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
First down throw. Here's Love. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
On second down, Jacobs. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on third down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get games like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Love on third and short. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives them first and goal.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Shotgun now for Love. And he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers take the lead right away in half number 2. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
McManus on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers take a 4-point lead. On now is McManus to kick this away. Here's Ford on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Browns getting their offense out there. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a gift to Ford. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. A give to Chubb, running left. And he's going to end up out of bounds, which will end our 3rd quarter. So we're through 3 here. It's the Browns football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Ford straight ahead. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Following the run, we see he's still out there dealing with some sort of injury. They'll head out to check on him. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. This time it's a passing play. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. To throw, here's Watson. Connection made to Judy. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
So as they face fourth down, on comes Corey Bajorquez to kick. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Packers ready to run their offense back out there. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their third touchdown in 3 drives. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Love now to throw. That's incomplete left side. Whew, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And that'll bring up second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Love looking to pass. Escapes the pocket. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. To the air with Love. This is reeled in by Reed. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
On first and 10, here's Love. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers now lead by 10. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
McManus on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers drive their lead to 11. On now is McManus to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Back out now comes the Browns offense. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, here's Watson. Able to get it to Moore. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
2nd and 1. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass, but still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just as we've come up to the 2-minute warning. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Sticking to the air with Watson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Watson on 1st and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
Back to the air, Watson. That's Tillman, he's got it. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's 1st down. From the gun, Watson. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
2nd down, Watson throwing again. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns now within 1 score in the 4th. David Njoku, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So now a big play coming from the Browns as they try for 2. back to throw. He has it. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this two-point attempt fails. So a little pressure alleviated by the touchdown, but plenty still remains. Gonna need to manufacture another trip to the end zone as they trail by 5.
This feels a little bit like a golf event to me, Kate, where those golfers will spend a big round not even looking at the scoreboard, not even know where they sit. But then when it gets down to winning time, they do know exactly what they need. And to consider that golf analogy, well, this team now needs a birdie when it matters the most.
So they're going to line up for the onside kick that may just decide this game. Just over a minute to play. And the Packers are able to recover the kick. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Out now runs the Packer offense. Their lead still more than a field goal, thankfully, should the worst happen, Brock. But obviously the goal here is to hang on to the ball and try to run this game out.
Yeah, the goal is to get to the best formation in the history of offensive football. The victory formation.
The victory formation.
That is all that you're thinking right now is just make these plays, run out this clock so we could take one more knee and celebrate.
1st and 10 from the 41. Jacobs running behind center. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. Pushing for the red zone. And he has it almost to the red zone, down at the 21-yard line. The defense takes its third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. The Packers to a knee, letting the clock run out on this victory.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Packers are your winners. As with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.